A new fish sandwich just in time for Lent? Well, be damned. Welcome back to That's Rank, your home for food news and reviews. My name's Chris, and today we are kicking off Lent with the first of what will undoubtedly be a rush of fish sandwiches to hit the fast food market over the next month, with Arby's releasing a new, spicy, crispy fish sandwich. Now, if you were wondering why fish is such a hot commodity throughout Lent, it's because a lot of practicing Christians engage in what's known as Christian vegetarianism. It encompasses making a sacrifice for spiritual, nutritional, or ethical reasons, and giving up meat for Lent is very common. And you might be asking yourself, well, hang on a second there, bud. Fish is meat, and it is. But because Jesus both helped his disciples to fish and ate alongside them, it's not seen as a sin. For me personally, I grew up in a semi-religious household. It wasn't a very preachy one, but we did attend Anglican church every single Sunday until I was a teenager, at which point I made the decision to stop going. My mother grew up a Catholic, mostly converted after meeting my father, but did retain some of the habits that she was taught, like serving fish on a Friday night, for example. The religious reason for fish is that Jesus had been sacrificed on a Friday, and thus we as people should sacrifice for him as a result. But if I had to guess from my own mother's rationale, it was probably just a lifetime of having eaten fish on Fridays that was just ingrained with her. Plus, you know what, ain't nobody ever said no to some Highliner fish sticks dipped in ketchup with a side of steamed broccoli. Anyway, I'm mostly keen to find out if the sandwich is any good because I just like fish. If fish is done right, fish is great. I'm not eating this for any religious reasons. Frankly, the only thing that I've ever given up for Lent is Lent itself, which I've been doing steadily for 40 years now. I'm very devout like that. But hey, you know what? If you're celebrating Lent, I'm genuinely curious. What are you giving up this year? Comment below. All right, let's can the religious overtones and talk turkey for a sec, or in this case, pollock, which is the fish that Arby's uses for their new crispy fish sandwich. No shock there with pollock. Pollock is probably the most common fish available on the market. It's even what you get when you have that imitation crab meat from gas station bento boxes or inexpensive all-you-can-eat sushi places. So the reason that pollock is so readily available is because it's just a very family-oriented fish. They hate being apart, so they swim in schools with hundreds of them together, all closely bunched together. So as a result, fishermen can just dip their nets in the ocean and then have a super easy time catching them. And they don't even have to waste a lot of time tossing away unwanted stuff because it's all mostly pollock that comes up when they've got a school of them. Also, from a flavor perspective, it's relatively nondescript, so it adapts well to flavors and seasonings since it's not super fishy. Now, I'm pretty stoked for this sandwich because there's both spice in the breading itself and some fire-roasted jalapenos on top. Now, as you come to expect, of course, I passed on the tartar sauce. And if you're wondering if that'll make this too dry for me, I doubt it. A lack of sauce on a fish sandwich doesn't bother me. I've been skipping out on it basically forever now. I just don't eat mayonnaise. So if the fish is properly cooked, it should be flaky and have enough moisture combined with the other vegetables to be just fine. With that said, let's take a look at what this looks like. Okay, so taking a look at the toppings here, you can see those beautiful fire-roasted jalapenos on top of the bun, what looks to be almost like a hot or a Cajun dust on top of the fish, and of course, fresh-looking vegetables down below. No wilty lettuce, no brown spots. Good on you, Arby's, for not serving me old vegetables. I appreciate it. And of course, because you come to expect it, it's time to cross-section this bad boy. There you go. The fish looks good. It looks super flaky, super moist. Only thing left to do is to find out how it tastes. Now, you know what's funny is that Arby's has this reputation of producing sub-quality food, and while I don't go there very often, when I do, they generally impress me, and this fish sandwich is no different. The breading, super well seasoned, super crispy, and even though it's been sitting for about 15 minutes for both the drive home and then my preamble, it hasn't gotten too soggy. Seasoning's great, toppings fit nicely. This is a really good sandwich. Now, if I had one complaint to make, and I'm willing to give this an asterisk because I acknowledge I didn't get the tartar sauce, and I don't know if there's an extra heat component in there, but I would only call this like a medium on the heat chart. The jalapenos aren't quite packing the punch that I would come to expect, and the fish is, Cajun fish is probably the most apt comparison. So again, medium on the heat scale. I would say that it would kill my father, but for people who enjoy their spice, it does have a little bit of work to go to make it, you know, a really hot, spicy sandwich. Still, it's absolutely delicious. It's flavorful. I'm not at all unhappy here. I'm not going to get hung up on the heat because at the end of the day, I just want my food to taste good, and this is exactly that. Well, guys, I'm happy. And you know what? Hopefully you're happy too. Of course, you know, I'm going to be back again tomorrow with a Monday creamer review and story time, and you can always catch me weekday mornings on The Milkman Show over on blasttheradio.com. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button for much, much more content, and you know what? I will catch you on the next one. Ciao for now.